We've moved on from chatbots that could answer questions to agents that can actually perform tasks and do things. They can book a business trip, submit an expense, they can even move money, which, whilst very exciting, is also a cause for worry for some people. Because if an agent is semi-autonomous and can act on my behalf, the natural question is, how much does it act on its own and how can I keep it under control? We get asked this a lot. So today we're going to walk through some of the main concerns we hear the most about agentic AI in business travel, and we'll show you exactly how Payhawk Travel handles each one. So Payhawk's AI travel agent lives inside your existing environment. It inherits the same permissions, controls, the setup that governs every other piece of spend in your company. In a nutshell, it cannot do anything that you haven't already authorized. This is the first piece of the puzzle. This is where your policy lives. And this is where you set the rules that the agent operates within. Things like cabin class, maximum cost per flight, hotel rates, daily allowances, anything that you want to include in your travel policy, it lives here. And the agent doesn't invent anything. It only enforces what you have already defined. So this is where it all comes together. This is my view as a traveler, as an employee, and I'm going to start by requesting a trip from the travel agent. So let's say I'm going to London 5 days next Tuesday. The agent is going to look for flights and also check against the company policies that we saw earlier. You can see here, it respects the travel policy, the maximum cost at this type of flight, and it flags options that are out of policy, right? But let me show you what happens if I do choose that option. The agent is going to ask me for a reason for that. Now, the ability for travelers to still request something out of policy with a reason is a deliberate choice, because we know that sometimes with short notice travel, the prices can be quite a lot higher and people still need to travel. So you do have an option to select an out of policy flight or hotel, but you have to add a justification. And I'll show you what the approver sees so that they can make a decision with all the context that they need. Now, this is what's going to go to my manager, or the person that's set as the approver in this workflow. And this is what they're going to see, right? They see whether my request is in policy or out of policy. Because it's out of policy, my justification for it is included in this request. And very importantly, we find that most approvers will be budget holders, so they'll also be able to see how that request affects their budget. And with chatbots, the worst case was a bad answer. With agents, things actually happen. So the question becomes, how do I know what they did and how can I trust what I'm seeing? The point is that nothing the agent does is hidden. Every action is logged, every decision is traceable, and every trip carries its full history. What if I need to change something? What if something goes wrong? Am I stuck talking to a machine? We know travel is high stakes. Flights get cancelled, plans changed, and things go wrong that may need human support. So the travel agent is backed by a real human support team. So your travelers are never stuck talking to a bot in a moment that matters. We believe that's how agentic AI is supposed to work in finance software, acting on your behalf, but without acting on its own.